Hey, welcome back to the podcast, Evil Dungeon Master Universe Podcast. My name is Vince. Hopefully, you're having a great Monday as we're moving along on talking about Advanced Dungeons and Dragons here on my channel. I'm happy to do it because people are enjoying listening to it. Getting some good feedback again, so thank you for those people that write in, give suggestions, and everything like that. But today, before we get into things, ask the DM at theevildm.com is my email address. Theevildm.com is my website where you can get everything I'm doing sent to your email box while you're just signing up for the newsletter. That's all. Anyway, you can support me by going to buymeacoffee.com/evilDM. Now those are out of the way, let's talk about AD&D, our favorite topic, as everyone loves to talk about. So we're going to talk about something I really enjoy getting as a player, and I like to hand it out as a DM to players that go on a quest and really earn it. I like to give it as a reward because it's a rare item that came out in the Unearthed Arcana, and it was an item that a lot of people really wanted because of what it was and what type of armor it was, and it was called Elfin Chain or Elfin Chain Mail. Totally. There's a couple references of it in the Unearthed Arcana book talking about it, and I'll go over those in just a minute. The Elfin Chain Mail was non-bulky and could be worn under other clothing to hide it. So that was one of the things that people liked it. And it was only 15 pounds in weight, and the base movement was 12. The cost, they don't really list a cost for it because Elven Chainmail is not supposed to be purchased on the open market. It is something that is handed out as a reward from the Elven tribes as a specialty thing. You don't actually just go out and go, I would like to buy some Elven Chainmail. And they're like, sure, here it is. What size are you? And Elven Chainmail was always something that we played in our game that when you put it on, it automatically would just adjust to your body type. That was some of the magic that we did with it. Now, whether that is how it's supposed to be or not, we'll find out in a minute, and I'll read it for you. So you can make your own judgment. It's your campaign. You can do what you want. But the first reference comes on page 22, where it talks about the when a thief can use it. Because now it's allowed, part of its class, along with a bard can use it as well. And then the other classes, as long as they can wear armor. But they give you a new table here with the effects of armor worn for Elfin Chainmail. And it assumes that a thief is wearing it under some clothing to hold down the noise and stuff like that. But you do get a minus 20% to pick pockets, minus 5 to open locks, minus 5 to remove traps, minus 10 to move silently, hide in shadows, minus 5 to hear noise, and minus 20 to climb walls. It also gives you a rule for thieves allowing studded and padded armor as well, those options giving you minuses to those abilities, but that's here nor there. 75 is when we get a first reference of what it actually is and how the Elven Chainmail description is, and it tells you Elven Chainmail is an extremely rare form of armor made only by the elf people, who guard the secrets of its manufacture from adventurers, even those of their own race. It appears as a very light form of chainmail and may be worn by thieves, although it may somewhat impair their abilities. Non-magical suits of elven chainmail are sometimes given to those heroes who have performed some great and invaluable service for the elven people. So as you can see, that's how I've done it in my campaigns, is I've handed it out as a reward. Now, if it goes on further to the next page, it gives a little bit more information on it, saying that horses and mounts can actually get it for their use as well. Magical horse barding and elven chainmail for uniforms and griffins and things like that, and other types of steeds on page 76. It goes into that. And then we got another reference on page 88 talking about elven chainmail could be +1, +2, +3, +4, and +5. The experience point value going from about 1,200 to up to 7,500. Gold sale value of 7,500 gold to 50,000 gold for a +5. Now, the chances of you actually getting these things is probably going to be pretty rare. The selling point, that's if the buyer wants to pay that, of course. Not every buyer is going to pay that. That's just an average assumption of payment. But are you really going to give up an Elfin Chain Mail of 5 when it gives you an AC of 5 right off the bat? And then now +5, it's AC of 0, and it's a light, less bulky armor, doesn't make a lot of noise. As a fighter, I wouldn't give that up, ever, at all. There's no way of talking. No. I would keep that. And then we get, on 104 is the actual description of the armor. Where is it? 104. Elfin Chainmail is a magical armor of sorts that is so fine and light that it can be worn under normal clothing without revealing that it is there. Because of its incredible lightness and flexibility, thieves can utilize it, though it may be slightly hinder their thief abilities. However, it is rare for such mail to be sized to fit anyone other than an elf or a half-elf. If a suit of this mail is discovered, roll to ascertain what size it is and what it will fit. See, now in my campaigns, we didn't use this. We just assumed that it would fit the wearer. We made the Elfin Chainmail so that when you found it, it would fit anyone that put it on, as long as they were in man size. This one, and now in the rules, it's custom made for a certain type of person, and it goes from 1 to 100 in the chart here, from a gnome halfling harefoot to a dwarf halfling, stout tellfellow elf halfling, which is the majority of the roll here, and we'll get to that in a second. Man size normal up to 6 feet to about 200 pounds, and then man size large up to 6.5 feet, 250 pounds. Like I said, in the description it says it's mostly made for an elf or a half elf, if you find it, which is a 16 to 80% in the roll. So if I was rolling this for my campaign and I wanted to see what it was, I would roll, and if I got anywhere between a 16 and an 80, I would decide it's a 50-50 chance for an elf, half elf. Though they're generally the same half elf and elf, but I would distinguish the two different ones because elves are usually a lot thinner than a half elf. Half elf is closer to more of a human when it comes to body structure, at least in my campaigns. But this was the magical armor that just about any person really wanted in every campaign that I played in, including myself. Especially the fact that we played that it would resize to the person who put it on. And I don't remember where we got that. That might have been a Joe thing that he did that, and we started using that as well. But I thought it added to the coolness of the armor and increased its value overall, because maybe he felt that with it only fitting certain sizes that it was unfair, or maybe he just decided that it'd be cooler that if you put it on, it just fits to the person wearing it. I thought that was a cool idea, and it would add to the value of the armor. So tell me what you think about Elfin Chainmail. Did you want it in your campaign? Did you care about it? Did you use it? I'd like to know your thoughts on this Elfin Chainmail, because I've always found it great and I always use it. So with that said, I'm going to head out. Keep it original, keep it old school. Good night. God bless. Keep those AD&D fires lit. Good night.